Yeah. Welcome to Chilling with c.bo. I'm your host, c.bo, and we got a full packed house today. Obviously, my co-host is here, the one and only. How you doing, man?
Not bad, not bad. The football season has been taking its toll on me. I'm getting tired. I don't know why Wednesday afternoon football was a thing, but I'm not happy it was a thing. So let's just leave me at that and move on to the next guy.
Pedro, the twin. Vote for Pedro. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm happy to be doing this podcast, man. Happy to have a full house. For a moment, it seemed like this wasn't gonna be a podcast this week. We were all kind of busy and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that we're not busy. We're just want to put time in.
I think Chris
kind of like went in and out the Skype. Yeah.
Signal's a little jarbled.
Skype
right
can
now.
be weird for me.
Yeah.
What?
The signal's a little. We're all just talking over each other right now.
Good quality audio content.
Yeah, well, this is a mess, but it's a fun mess. And Cap Jack returns. How you doing, man? I know you've been busy, but glad you're here, man.
It's been kind of wild. Work's been kind of nutty. I've got was helping a buddy I did a photo shoot yesterday, so I didn't get to catch up on anything.
Ooh, you mean was it a sexy photo shoot?
No, it was a very corporate photo shoot.
Ew, corporate. That's boring.
No, well, it's
experience.
My boy needs good pictures, and I gotta help him out when I can.
But Jack, you gotta show off the flowing mane and the beardness.
The flowing mane. I'm gonna wait until it's incredibly extreme, and then I'll show you guys.
Oh shish.
No.
I'm waiting.
I still have to set up like a webcam for my computer, or at least have a day where I can do Skype on my phone.
So before we get into the meat of this show, Jack and Pedro, real quick, did you guys watch the Child Chicago 7?
Yes, I did watch the Trial of Chicago 7. That movie was awesome.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Any hot takes you have right now for it? Any quick hot takes before?
Any hot take? Not really. It was just it was one of those dramas, like historical dramas, that just worked. Because sometimes there's historical dramas that, like, they just do it just to do it, and I was kind of like, meh. But I just really enjoyed I thought the casting for the Chicago 7 was really good, and like having Joseph Gordon-Levitt as like the stern lawyer that wants to do just straight justice, even though like he does understand like these guys are not bad people, they're just kind of breaking the law. But like, I don't know, in general, I just really enjoyed it, and I probably never would have given it a chance if it wasn't for this podcast, which is why I like doing this podcast so much, is because we get to watch stuff that we wouldn't otherwise give a chance. So
definitely.
Yeah.
What about you, Pedro? Did you watch Chicago 7?
No, I didn't get a chance to. When we were supposed to watch it, I had work every day of the week.
That's all good. What about the Peanut Butter Falcon? Did you get to that?
Again, work.
Ah, damn. What about you, Jack? Peanut Butter Falcon?
I had to do that photo shoot yesterday, so I didn't get the chance to do it, but I did squeeze in the movie we were going to talk about today, which, wow, talk about an underappreciated Christmas movie. Which will probably be I'm saying it's underappreciated. It's probably
Jack, I am on the same boat with you, so I guess we're gonna get the Christmas Chronicles starring Kurt Russell. This came out on Netflix in 2018, and I pretty much loved it, every single moment of it and everything about it. Kurt Russell as Santa Claus is just wonderful and delightful and just badass at the same time, and charismatic. I loved it, and it was a little, it was a funny, but it was also kind of heartwarming at the same time. Yeah, a little cheesy, a little Christmas cheese in it too, but it gave me some cheer, and it got me excited for the holidays. Jack, did you want to go more into Christmas Chronicles before we get to Juan and Pedro, who seemed like they weren't that crazy about it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of the little things in it. I thought Kurt Russell's performance was really good. I fully believe that out of anyone they could have casted, I'm glad they chose Kurt Russell because I'm a big Kurt Russ fan. I like him in a lot of his stuff. This in particular, just the way he portrayed Santa made me believe in Santa. Not that I ever stopped, but at the same time, it's just like, ooh, this is the Santa I've always wanted.
It definitely felt like a modern contemporary Santa. That was yeah.
I also loved how there were aspects about Santa that didn't have to be explained. Like he knows where everything is and he knows everyone. Like he knows who's been bad, who's been good. Like he doesn't have to look for a list. Like he knows everyone's name and he's able to talk to everybody, and he's got a charisma that gets people. Like he just has to speak to people for a few minutes, and he can get them to kind of be on his side. I thought that was really cool. Even with some of the people that were standoffish, he was still able to. He's not afraid to like interact with people that necessarily don't believe in him, and the whole arc with what's the I forget the guy's name. I think it was Dave, the guy, the stern cop later on in the movie, just trying to convince him to like believe again. I thought that was really cool. And what else? I really liked the designs of the elves. You get to see them for a bit in the movie. Very untraditional look, in my opinion, as to what you would think of the elves. You would think the elves would look like. What else?
When I saw the elves, the movie just went to a whole another level of just insanity that I was all for.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, they're really going for it, and I was for it.
I thought the main characters were okay.
They got the job done.
Yeah, that's really the most I can say. Is like they weren't that stereotypical kind of. They had like those tropes of, the youngest sibling for some reason is the most mature for whatever reason, and the older kid is angsty and doesn't want to do anything with Christmas kind of thing. Like it fills those Christmas tropes, but it doesn't take away from the movie as a whole. Like I didn't feel like it was just, oh, this is another Christmas movie. Whoopee. I genuinely enjoyed their performances. I liked that. I thought it was very weird that they were still using the camcorder in 2018 and they weren't using it since what was it, like the beginning of the movie starts off with them using it in 2015,
like in the mid-2000s,
something like that. Yeah, it was just very, very strange because I can't, like, I have a camcorder at home and I can tell you my mom stopped using that like the second digital even was a thought. But I understand, like, story-wise, like, oh, they use it because their dad loved it. And it's like, oh, yeah. But I was thinking the whole time, how do you get tapes for that? Those aren't cheap, right? Yeah, it costs an arm and a leg. And for a single parent, I don't know why you'd be spending money on tapes. That's all I'm saying. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie. And I kind of powered through the ending because I just wanted to get a sense of how it ended, and I'm not going to go into it, but it follows like the traditional, like, Christmas is about loving each other and believing in yourself, and
because it is about that.
Well, yes, and it is about that. So it does check off all the stereotypical things that come with a Christmas movie, which is fine. But like I kind of breezed through it just so I can be able to have a full opinion about the movie. And overall, I'd give this movie like a solid like 8, like 8 or 9. Like it's pretty up there. I'll probably find a way to get my family to watch this movie, but closer to Christmas
There's a second one out as well that came out a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, geez, are we doing that too?
Nah. I know Juan and Pedro went through enough with this movie. I could just tell on their faces.
It's so sad.
So I guess wait, Jack. So are you done with your
Yeah, no, I'm done. I just heard someone sigh real heavy, so that's why I was like, oh man, they're sad about this movie.
So Juan, what did you think of the Christmas Chronicles?
I thought it was a good holiday movie. I thought it, like Jack said, it did its job with regards to trying to bring the holiday spirit to, an audience that now more than ever might need it. And I'm very happy of Kurt Russell's performance. I thought it was a take on Santa that I haven't seen since Tim Allen in the Santa Claus, which was a sarcastic, kind of do-it-yourself sort of guy that was, not really wanting people to help, but he still got it done. And then in the end, it turns out that was his plan the whole time.
Can I say a fun fact real quick?
Sure.
Kurt Russell was originally on that casting list for that Tim Allen's Santa Claus movie.
Whoa.
Yeah, so we finally got to do it.
I'm glad.
Glad we can live in a world with both.
Yeah, man. It was really nice. It was really like a great thing that they gave Russell a chance to be Santa, because he's rocking that beard well.
So handsome.
Yeah. I wish I had that beard game, honestly.
Mr. Russell.
In any case, with the movie, it did its job with regard to being a good holiday movie. This is something you might want to sit down with like the family to watch. It's so supportive and heartwarming and really nice. I know it's the Hallmark movie season, but this is a good replacement for it because it doesn't have that unnecessarily.
Kurt Russell elevates that far beyond Hallmark.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, because it doesn't use like that typical, oh my god, we have to find love for the holiday season. No, it doesn't do that. It finds, reconciling siblings in a time in which they're going through a rough time. I still with every good movie, with every good Christmas movie, is always going to come off as cliche and repetitive because we've seen this story Lord knows how many times. Nevertheless, I think that it did its job. I think Kurt Russell adds so much to this movie that no other actor, I think, could add to it at the moment. Maybe Norm Macdonald, possibly, if he had the role. But aside from that, I'd give this maybe like a 7, 6.5.
Okay. Nice. What are you, Pedro? What do you think of Christmas Chronicles?
Well, for one thing, Kurt Russell, yes. Brilliant performance, actually, in my opinion. The sarcastic Santa is one of my favorite forms, one of my favorite takes on Kris Kringle, because it shows that he cares, but he's not afraid to throw some shade.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. I like people who Santa is kind of the kind of person, like, he's nice, he's considerate, but he's not afraid to throw punches.
He's very modern, a very modern Santa.
I like that.
Yeah.
But the kids, on the other hand, like the boy, I understand. His dad died. He's acting out. He wants to express his feelings somehow, and he does it through crime. But it was just so tedious. And the girl, she may act all sweet and mature, but I found her to be a bit annoying. So persistent in trying to keep the Christmas spirit alive and trying to prove that Santa's real just to make people happy. Like, first of all, girl, you are gonna expose this man just to make other people happy. That may seem selfless, but it's really quite selfish. And then there's this guy, Dave, the skeptical hardened cop who thinks everybody lied. Maybe that's why your wife left you, Dave. You have trust.
Jeez. Pedro going for the punches.
Yo, brutal.
Wait,
Why
Paul,
you're
you trying to say
muted,
something?
Rewind that take.
I said that Dave is such a mistrusting and hard person. Maybe that's why your life left you, Dave, because you were too suspicious.
Oh my God, Pedro!
Good quality if you're a cop, bad quality if you're a person.
Oh
Oh,
my
man.
God, yo!
I never
you
thought
know,
I'd hear that type of take before, but
you know
here
what's
we
funny?
are.
He's not wrong
Insane.
either. He's not wrong. Wow. Ooh. Okay. All right. I'm good.
And then the second cop, the guy who was played by one of the guys from New Girl. I forget his name.
The guy that plays Winston on New Girl, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Yes, Winston. I'm glad someone else pointed that out.
You know what's funny? He plays a cop on that show too.
I know.
That's so funny, isn't it?
We just needed
It's like
Vanessa
you could
Bayer,
connect
right?
New
No.
Girl to this movie,
No,
and it would make sense.
You just needed Nassim Pedrad.
Yes.
Yes. And you know I was waiting for him to come out with like the cat. It would come out with like a cat. I was like, oh yeah, we just picked this little guy off the street or something like that. That's what I was waiting for.
I'm like the only guy that doesn't watch New Girl in this podcast.
That's
Watch
something
New
you
Girl,
might
it's a
want to
good show.
rectify.
Yeah, man, it's on Netflix.
I know.
My sister's
Here's
watched the
your
whole thing
homework for the
twice
week.
now. There's no excuse. Just do it.
I'm getting a new TV soon, so now
Is that your Christmas present? You just
No,
spoiled Christmas for yourself. How could you, Chris?
no, we have to replace our old TV because it just busted. It just got yeah.
I'm sorry, it just what?
It just doesn't show. It didn't show image anymore, and we went to
Oh.
Best Buy. Luckily, we had a 5-year warranty, so
Mhm.
we used the money we got refunded to get a new one, and yeah,
Very nice.
yeah,
It's very nice.
Well,
very
overall,
nice.
this movie
But
was
so Pedro, yes, continue on with your thoughts after
We invaded.
this movie's definitely Christmas soup for the soul, especially during a time as ruthless and as harsh as 2020. So overall, it's a good movie if you want to cheer yourself up and distract yourself from reality, and you don't mind campiness and horrific exposition. But yeah, good movie overall. And
Nice.
I would like to throw my hat in the ring to recommend a movie after we're done talking about it.
Okay.
Now, Chris, it's your turn.
Oh no, I already said my thoughts. You guys kind of expanded on them too. So I pretty much love
had
the movie.
a question. What do you mean by horrific narration?
Wait, I didn't say.
I think you said exposition.
Yeah.
Oh, exposition. What do you mean by horrific exposition? Give
Well,
me an example.
well, it's the kids. It's just, it's too predictable.
Just shit hasn't been the same since Dad died,
Exactly.
and now I'm out here doing delinquencies.
It's like, what did you do? Copy and paste from another Christmas movie? Did you copy and paste from a Santa Claus 2?
I hate to break this to you, but every Christmas movie follows the template of Tim Allen's Santa Claus in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, well.
Except for the Hallmark movies, they just copy themselves.
What I hate
I
is that in these kind of movies, the word Christmas just becomes kind of like an annoying thing to hear.
Yeah.
Halfway
we don't-
through, halfway through, you
Christmas.
just don't even realize they're saying the word Christmas. It just kind of goes blank. So it's just like every time they're talking, we have to save. It's almost time. Guys, we have to go and save. Hey, did you know that only comes once a year? So we got to make sure it happens. That's what happens when I watch a Christmas movie.
With this
We don't-
movie, I'm going
Christmas.
to rinse out the bad taste that is the Christmas Chronicles. And I'm going to recommend that we watch Klaus.
Oh, the animated movie on
thought you said
Netflix. Yeah.
Clot. I was gonna say, whoa.
Well, yes, that got nominated for an Oscar, and yeah.
Which one?
Oh, I've seen that.
Pablo's the only one that hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Me neither.
How do you spell it again?
Klaus.
Yeah. Oh
I
god,
saw
this movie was so enjoyable to watch.
I saw it exactly 7 times a
Hey,
week before Christmas because I just couldn't stop enjoying it.
you know,
I'm down to watch that. Definitely.
I'll
It's
get.
been I think it's been almost like exactly 12 months or 11 months since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, I saw this. No, it's more like 11 months. I saw this February of this year. So
Ah.
just before COVID got crazy. Because it was on my list for the longest time. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to freaking watch this movie. So I grabbed a friend and we watched it. And we were both the whole time going, wow, this movie's really cute. And it looks beautiful.
Pablo, I know you'll appreciate the animation of it all.
Oh, I could talk about that animation forever.
Well, we'll save it. We'll save it for next week. So yeah, I'm down for Klaus for next week.
Let's do it.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Man.
So I guess I'm gonna ask a question that's kind of related to this movie. Which actor would you like to see as Santa Claus? We got Tim Allen. We got Kurt Russell. Who do you think is next? Who do you think is overdue to play Santa Claus in a movie?
I already gave my pick. For that, I said I wanted to see Norm Macdonald play Santa Claus.
Like a bad Santa kind of Santa Claus?
No, like the most sarcastic Santa you can think of. Like it'd be like what I look like, Santa Claus? Well, yeah. I mean, like, well, yeah. Just because I'm Santa Claus doesn't mean I'm gonna give you anything. And he just makes a bunch of OJ jokes throughout the whole thing.
For context reasons, he's the guy who plays the pigeon in that Mike Tyson solved crime show.
Also, he's the genie. He's also the genie in Fairly Odd Parents.
And also, he's in the movie Klaus.
All right, cool.
I completely forgot.
So, like, he's one guy because I feel like he'd do a much better version of the Kurt Russell version of Santa Claus, just because I know that his brand of sarcasm and dark humor would be so much funnier.
Yeah, it would be.
Pedro, do you have a pick for an actor, a well-known actor who should play Santa Claus?
Is there an age limit?
Yeah, no age limit whatsoever.
What about an ethnicity limit?
No.
Okay. I'd like to see Morgan Freeman play Santa Claus.
Okay, that's a good choice.
That's about time.
I think he brings.
Is that a downgrade though from God? Because he was God. Now you want to make him Santa?
Well,
I mean, God answers your prayers, and Kris Kringle brings you presents. You tell me what's the downgrade there.
One of them is the superior being. I don't know what you want me to say there.
Is the superior being gonna give you the red rifle soft air pistol thing that you're asking for? No.
But neither did that Santa. Well, he did. I don't know. That Santa was an asshole. He kicked him down a slide and said, "You're gonna try out, kid."
Ho.
No!
Santa would be heartwarming and very interesting to see.
I kind of just want to hear Morgan Freeman just say "ho ho ho" in his Morgan Freeman style voice. I think that'd be awesome.
It was cute at the end when Kurt Russell finally said "ho ho ho." You know, I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. He said it was a myth, and he doesn't say "ho ho ho."
I think he was just so sick of it. I think it was over like 100 years ago.
Hollywood, listen to us. Cast Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman would be a good choice. I would like to see a Morgan Freeman Santa Claus movie. What about you, Cap Jack?
Tom Hanks. But Tom Hanks was kind of Santa already in The Polar Express. But I want current Tom Hanks to be Santa.
Yeah, Tom Hanks was Santa in Polar Express. He did like 5 voices.
Yeah. Well, I think they paid.
He was the narrator.
Most of the money for that movie went for Tom Hanks.
Well,
like, crap, we have to make a movie with just Tom Hanks.
I mean, he's worth every penny, though.
Yeah, he is.
That man is a treasure.
Yo, you got me craving hot chocolate now.
Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford as Santa Claus.
Oh, grumpy Santa.
grumpy ass Santa.
You know, I can agree with that, but I would want it as a Bad Santa sequel, in which Harrison Ford Santa and Billy Bob Thornton Santa just get into like a drunk boxing Santa match.
Yeah. Did you guys know that Mel Gibson starred in a Christmas movie that came out recently?
Yeah,
I'm so
Daddy's
glad
Home
you
2.
brought that up, Jack. Yes, I know that movie. Oh my!
I loved
God.
it. I love those movies, man.
No, I'm Mel Gibson.
Oh, I know what
I'm
you're
talking
talking
about Fat
about.
Man. I'm talking
Yeah.
about Fat Man.
Kill the fat man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I-
someone's trying to kill Santa because because the kid got cold for Christmas, so he sent a hitman
Yeah.
to go kill him.
Jesus
Dude, I'm
Christ.
excited to watch that movie this year.
Dude. Oh my
Is it-
God! This movie looks bad, but it just sounds so good.
It's a
How-
concept that one of those things everyone hears the concept and they're like, yeah, of course that's been done before. No, it hasn't. This is the first time I've ever seen a movie actually, like, having watched the trailer and stuff, like, this is like the kind of Christmas movie people have needed.
This is like one of those action movies in the 1990s that today would look corny, but back then would look awesome.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of that movie from Tropic Thunder where Ben Stiller goes, "Who left the fridge open?"
It's good shit.
Oh,
But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because it looked like a great movie. And it's Christmas time.
Chris, can we put that on the queue after Klaus?
We'll see. We'll talk about it. We don't want to jump to conclusions.
I actually had a proposal for one, Klaus, to be honest, because it's a movie that I've been wanting to see to try to finally end the debate on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Juan wants to see Die Hard for this month.
You haven't seen Die Hard before?
Never seen Die Hard now.
Oh man.
Pedro, have you seen Die
It's
Hard?
sequels, but we never saw the original movie.
What?
That's why I want to watch it so I can finally understand.
That'll be fine. That'll be our 4th week. That'll be our last week of December. That'll be our last week. That'll be our special Christmas podcast, so we can debate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay, mother.
I'm telling
So
you now.
we still got one more movie for next week. So yeah.
All right.
So okay. So for my pick for Santa Claus, I have like 2. One would just be meme gold, which it would be Christopher Walken as Santa. That would just be especially after your guys' impression of Christopher Walken, and I'm just imagining him as Santa. It would just be minute to minute laughter for me.
How Merry Christmas.
Have you
Have
been?
you been naughty or nice?
I can't even do it because it's just.
What are you giving me? Cookies? This has sugar, you dumbass. And just
What
throws
is
it at the
this?
kid.
Don't you know
Gluten-free?
that I'm lactose intolerant?
Gluten-free?
Don't you know?
Are you trying to give me the shits?
Oh man. And also I just I want a crazy Al Pacino as Santa Claus.
It wasn't he in a Dunkin' Donuts commercial recently?
That was for Jack and Jill.
I can't believe that somehow got leaked into the. Oh no! I love how that's what people remember. Is
So yeah,
hey,
like
didn't
I
Al Pacino
want
do
to
Pacino?
I want Al Pacino to be like, Mrs. Claus has a big ass.
I don't even, you know.
You know, I like these girls, but none of them have a candle to Mrs. Claus. She's got a big ass.
Oh,
I kind of want an Al Pacino Scarface version of him playing
Oh,
Santa Claus.
Jesus.
Like he'll say hello to my little friend, and then he'll just shoot like presents out of his bag into the tree, just hitting
man.
people.
See, this is just like this would be meme gold, man. If this happens,
I want
please.
Toby
So
Maguire
if
to
a
smack
Hollywood,
me.
if a
Sorry.
Hollywood executive,
Santa Claus.
if a Hollywood executive is somehow listening to this, please cast these actors as Santa Claus, all of them.
No, they should do like a battle of the Santa Claus, where like the old Santa's retiring, so they're looking for a new one to take his place, and then they bring in all these actors that we mentioned to duke it out and be like, "Who's the new Santa?" And then each one gets a show off.
I think
the
we just
They
pitched
did
the
that-
movie here,
would it
guys.
be like choosing the Pope?
Yeah, but like Santa version.
Yeah, like choosing the Pope, Santa version, but with a contest of gift giving and children sitting on laps or something.
Yeah, so yeah, we just pitched the movie here, guys. I think we're ready to go to Warner Brothers and pitch a movie.
How about
What?
drop the script? Chris, call production.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, we like the Christmas Chronicles, and we want to see more actors play Santa Claus. So I guess we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is pretty much earth-shattering news across the whole entertainment industry that is pretty much gonna dictate what our future is gonna be when it comes to cinematic entertainment, and that is HBO Max announced yesterday that not only is Wonder Woman coming to HBO Max on Christmas Day for a month only, they're going to apply this to the whole 2021 slate. That's right. Godzilla vs. Kong, Matrix 4, Dune, Tom and Jerry are all coming to HBO Max. And when they come to HBO Max, they'll be on the service for 1 month. So people can be able to watch it, and then they'll get off HBO Max so it can go to PVOD so people could rent it for money and stuff like that, and it'll go to theaters as well for like a limited time. So this was HBO Max's big move into compete in the streaming wars, and I think this was huge and kind of scary, to be honest, when it comes to thinking about the future of movie theaters. It's insane. So I guess I gotta ask, Juan, what did you think of this decision to have a whole studio's 2021 slate go to the streaming service first? And also, I forgot to mention they'll be in theaters if they're open wherever you are. So yeah.
I think for me, first of all, I'm glad Disney didn't get this idea, because honestly, Disney can go suck a duck for trying to make me pay $30 to watch Mulan, which was a terrible movie anyways. Second, I think this is a smart move by Warner Brothers. I think that, since people are still kind of afraid to go out, you don't want to risk your full earnings potential on movie theaters, especially because in a lot of major markets like New Jersey, they're
open
closed.
in New Jersey.
Really?
Very limited though. Only AMC is open. Yeah.
But then that's what I'm saying though. Like, it's a very limited market. Like the New York market and New Jersey.
New York
market,
and California are completely closed, and those are the two biggest markets. Yeah.
So you don't want to limit your earning potential on just those major markets. Instead, you're hedging your bets on people wanting to do it from the comfort of their own home, and with the increase in subscriptions, sort of like what Disney Plus did when they introduced the concept of the Mandalorian, they can win back that money maybe over a longer period of time, but they can win it over,
Yeah.
So it's a smart move. It's something that I believe it won't kill the movie industry, because how, like, even though movies in theaters started becoming a thing, there were still drive-through movie theaters, or how we already had streaming services available, but people still went out to go watch movies.
Yeah.
Like, this is just it's nothing. I don't think it's gonna affect anything in that major way. I think people will still miss the aesthetics of a movie theater, being able to sit down in a nice comfy chair in a huge dark room with your friends and family, getting to watch something on the big screen. That is an aesthetic that you can't really replicate at home. A bed is fine, and you have your plasma or whatever TV that you have, or your laptop with some snacks. But you can't replicate the movie watching experience at home. It's just something so unique that movie theaters kind of bring to themselves. So I think movie theaters are going to be fine.
Are you excited to watch these movies at home?
Absolutely. The main one is Wonder Woman. Pedro and I are going to wake up Christmas morning to do that.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Oof. I don't know when I'm watching it because we're like busy in a little bit, and we have to watch some NBA games as well. So Nets are playing, by the way. So yeah, but yeah, Wonder Woman's definitely gonna be awesome, especially having that option to watch it either at a AMC if they're open nearby or at your home. What about you, Pedro? Any thoughts on this?
I'm always right about people desire experiences rather than just the entertainment of a movie. Like, I do think that in some way the movie industry will endure. It just won't be the same as it was before. It won't be as big or celebrated. Right? Like, the AMC near our house or the one in the Garden State Plaza, they might shut down. But we might find the iPix in Fort Lee might survive because it's one of those high-end movie theaters.
Okay.
and that they literally serve you dinner while you're watching the movie. So I think that the movie theater industry will survive. It kind of like the last blockbuster in Texas.
What about you, Jack? What are your thoughts on this?
Oh yeah, I wasn't done.
So sorry. Go. Yeah.
And to answer your question about what movies I'm excited for, Wonder Woman, yes, I'm definitely excited for that to watch on Christmas Day. However, I refuse to watch Godzilla vs. Kong anywhere else but at the movie theater.
Yeah, that's the one.
Movies
That's
were made for giant theaters.
giant
And I will
monsters on a
honor
giant
that.
screen. Yeah.
I mean, have you guys read the list of what's coming out in the next year or so?
Yeah, I read the list. Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Not really.
Like, the fourth entry for the Matrix, one of them. That new Tom and Jerry movie that's coming out, the Suicide Squad, Dune, and 17 others.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. So Jack, now we get into you. What are your thoughts on this? And by the way, Jack, if you need a link, man, I got HBO Max, so you're good. So whenever you want to talk about this movie.
I know. Listen, I don't have. I've probably said this before on other episodes, but I don't normally have like these streaming services because I do not use them enough to justify paying for them. However, Warner Brothers is coming out with a lot of movies in 2021 that I find interesting, like Mortal Kombat. We're doing that again. I mean, I'll do it. I'll watch it, but I don't know how good it's going to be. I also
the crazy thing is that's coming out in January. That's like right into the new year.
First thing coming out. What?
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh my gosh. If what's his face from Highlander is not rated again, I don't know if I want to see it.
No, apparently, like from what I hear, this Mortal Kombat's gonna be taken it like more seriously than a ¡90s movie. This is gonna pay more respect to the video game. There's gonna be fatalities and shit.
Oh damn, I don't want that. That sounds dumb. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I want to see some live action fatality. That's gonna be awesome.
I agree with Pedro. I want to see Godzilla vs Kong in theaters. It's where it belongs. It needs to be shown. You can't have two of cinema's greatest movie monsters and watch them at home. You can't do that. These guys, I've been waiting for this movie for a very long time, and I like the other modern day Godzilla movies that have come out recently. I think they're good.
I do too.
And I like the new
Jack. Thank you.
I'm sad that Dune. I think Dune I'm kind of hesitant on because Dune. There's a lot of set pieces from the trailer of Dune that I would love to see in theaters, but I would be okay with seeing at home.
I feel like it's going to do better on the streaming service than it is in the theater because this is a hardcore sci-fi movie, man. That's a hard sell for modern audiences, especially with the budget they had to make for that movie. Would you say sorry?
Dune's a big name. It's not like I don't know. It's not like other whatchamacallits, other. Wow. Yes, thank you.
Other niche movies, yeah.
It's got such a following behind it that people will go and see it. And the other thing about Dune is that it's such an influential sci-fi story that aspects of Dune are used in current sci-fi stories that people love today, and they don't even realize.
Why wasn't John Carter
Star Wars?
Those are influential properties.
I hear Pedro coughing facts over there.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Pedro?
Wars, cough, Tatooine.
Well,
just pointing
Star
out
Wars
that
is influenced by Dune.
It is.
Yeah.
But to my point of how I feel about Warner Brothers making this move, it's money. Like at the end of the day, it's going to be because they want to make money, and they see that since people have have adjusted to the comforts of home and watching stuff at home and having that ability to pull up things whenever they want and wherever they want, like they're gonna want that first. Now that it's that theory behind it's like It's like, you know, when you go to Costco or a food store and they got free samples and stuff.
Yep.
Like, you might not like the thing that's on that table, but because it's free, you're probably going to take it, right? Or take
Yeah.
Rutgers. Rutgers gave us a bunch of free T-shirts. How many free Rutgers T-shirts have you guys accumulated over the past 4 years you've gone to Rutgers?
3.
5.
Like, you don't need the shirts, clearly, but you take them anyway because they're easy. They were just basically given to you. And I feel like that's the same thing that's happening here, is that Warner Brothers and other streaming services have given people that opportunity to just have things immediately, and to then go back to the model of, okay, well, if you want to see, I don't know, if you want to see, give me a movie. If you want to see The Matrix 4, you have to. It's only going to be in theaters. No one's going to want to do that because they've gotten so used to that ease and that accessibility of just pulling out their phone, pulling up HBO Max, and watching whatever Warner Brothers movie has been coming out. So it's just a matter of keeping up with this new market that's come about because of the virus. And sure, when stuff goes back to some sense of normalcy and when theaters start coming back, it's going to be a slow transition back into it. But I find it hard to believe that movie theaters are going to become extinct, because there are people like us who love movies and love going to the theater to see the movies because we like that type of experience. But to go backwards is impossible now.
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Hey guys,
I was about to put my intake on my input in.
go for it.
You guys are all have valid points. This was always gradually going. We were gradually going to this direction, but it got the process went by faster because of the pandemic. And I follow a lot of people on like Film Mutuals on Twitter, and I see a lot of critics and their hot takes about this, and it was pretty polarizing because, but like, you can't. I've been to the theater since the pandemic, and I can comfortably say to you guys that there's like no one there at all. Like Tenet, there was only like a couple other people far away from me. I saw New Mutants, there was only like one person, and I saw Freaky, by the way, with that Vince Vaughn horror movie. A lot of fun, by the way. But yeah, there's like no one there. And you, like Juan said, you can't just rely. They put in hundreds of millions of dollars into these movies, and they can't rely on theatrical returns to make their money back. And Warner Media just so happened to have a new subscription service that they want to grow their numbers for, to be just as big as Netflix and Disney Plus, and this is the way to do it. This was the move to do it. In terms of theaters, I agree with you guys that they're not going to go extinct, but I do think they're going to have to adapt and become just places that are much worth it to go to. And,
I know. Sorry,
yeah,
man.
what were you about to say?
No,
Sorry.
Finish your thought.
No, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So we just the movie industry and the theater industry just has to adapt, and it has to make people more what's the word? It has to be more of a justifiable experience to go there, And I feel like it's gonna go the way of like Broadway, where it's gonna be a premium experience where where nicer auditoriums, nicer just venues, and nicer screens and sound system and all that.
No more sticky floors.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of like letting people go with the flow with that kind of stuff, I have some breaking political news. The House of Representatives has voted to decriminalize marijuana at the federal level.
Yes.
Nice.
So that means that now weed is going to be the progression of letting weed being legal is going to be a lot easier going forward. It's still a state by state basis, but now it's a lot easier.
New Jersey's legalized it. Our state, yeah.
I want to break that a little bit because it kind of, it makes me think a little bit about like what's going on right now with regards to like all this. Did you say boo?
No, I said woo, but like at a very monotone level, because I don't know. I have excitement
the
for
mood.
it, but like it fits the woo.
I'm bringing this up because we talk about like how our lives have been affected by the pandemic and how shit has gone through like, so much with movie theaters and people's lives. But there's still progress being made in this country and around the world, and it's just shedding a little bit of light into like the never-ending darkness that 2020 has become.
Yeah.
So weed being legalized is a light in the darkness of 2020.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question in regards to the HBO Max and the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Is Disney Plus gonna follow suit?
Most likely not.
I think they have to, because after the whole Mulan debacle that they tried to pull off, I don't know how much they lost because of it, but they're gonna have to adapt, and they're gonna have to adapt quickly.
What was your plan for Black Widow?
So far, it's supposed to come out this May, but I don't know, man. After this move, man, like, do people want to go to a theater to see Black Widow when you could see you saw Wonder Woman at home, you could see Godzilla at home, Mortal Kombat at home.
Guys, can we just make a plan to see Godzilla in theaters? Because I just want to do that.
I do want to see Godzilla in theaters.
Jack, we'll go to the movie theater in South Plainsfield.
All right, we'll brave the storm.
Yeah.
We'll wear hazmat suits, and we'll probably be the only people in the theater anyway. So
I'll bring a spray bottle just to like keep people away. Like, get back.
It'll be worth it. Oh my gosh! Wait, May 21st. That's like close to my birthday. Whoa!
Yay!
Happy birthday to me.
Is that when Godzilla comes out?
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
Right.
4.8 stars.
But then, we gotta ask the question: will AMC even be open by then?
It doesn't matter. We'll find a way.
I want to see this movie with you guys. I feel like it would be a fun time.
I'm down for it.
The Batman will be crazy. Oof.
Oh,
true. See, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, people, there isn't not a market for people that want to go see things in the movies. In all honesty, I wouldn't doubt if Disney had plans to open up their own cinemas and we're like, hey,
that's what people are speculating.
Disney cinemas.
They have so much money. Like,
well, they lost a lot because the parks are closed.
Oh no, we lost $3 billion when our net worth is like $1 trillion a year. Oh no!
I'm just saying.
No.
I have no remorse for Disney.
I have remorse for the workers who lost their jobs there.
Yes, that's my beef is not with the blue collar people. My beef is with corporate.
I feel bad for the people in the Disney store in New York who gotta brave the pandemic just to make the whole kid happy.
All right. So, any last thoughts on streaming and theaters? Because you know what I'm most excited for, but because say what you want about Netflix and all their movies and how well they've done, but it's like those movies have like a certain look to them where you kind of like it looks like something made for a streaming service, but like Warner Brothers movies, those look like movies, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, so it's like it'll be insane having freaking Wonder Woman and Mortal Kombat and Tom and Jerry and Dune in your home when you're supposed to watch it. Those look like those are more like cinematic like experiences, you know.
Hey guys, can I make a segment right here for the Mortal Kombat movie? What you want? We should speculate who's gonna be on the roster.
Well, definitely Liu Kang and Scorpion.
Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, maybe
Shao Kahn.
Frozone? Wait, that's not a Mortal Kombat character.
Maybe not Shao Kahn. Probably.
Did you say Frozone?
You mean Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
No, Samuel Jackson's coming back. Frozone.
Honey, where's my super suit? In the chest of this motherfucker. Bam!
That would be insane. Now I want it.
I think.
What about Jax? You think Jax gonna be in it?
I don't know. I think if Jax is in it, he's not gonna have the crazy metal arms.
I feel like if they're gonna go for the wild characters, they'll do that if in the second one if this one is successful.
It'd be cool if oh god, what's his name? Kenshi's in it. The blind swordsman.
Telepathic ninja.
Yeah, that'd be really cool if he was in it.
I want the dude with the hat.
That guy with the hat?
His name is Kung
Liu
Lao.
Kang? Oh, Kung Lao. What? I wonder if they're gonna use the characters from the 2011 game.
You mean Cassie and
Like
Jackie?
yeah, all the new kids on the block.
Yeah. Or
That'd be
Devora.
Hate
Devora, but she plays
or
such
the
a good.
collector.
The collector? Oh man.
Yeah, that would be fun. Let's get,
Yeah.
let's get a
I definitely want
let's get a
Raven, too.
not buff forearm dude in there.
Goro?
I'm saying a not buff one. So that's
Oh.
what the collector is, because he's like they're the same species or whatever, but
No,
the collector's just like, yeah, give me a shit.
The collector species actually has 6 arms.
Do they have 6?
Yeah,
Now you
one
got
that
me-
holds the
now you got me
backpack,
looking
one
it
on
up.
top, and then the normal arms.
Either
looks
way,
like,
I think
looks like we're excited for this new Mortal Kombat movie. So I guess yeah. Any more takes on the movies coming to the home, or any final thoughts?
I've said my piece.
I will say I am. We talked about like HBO Max and like the project we're excited the movies on there. I just want to bring up a couple of projects on other streaming platforms that I'm excited that are here. Like Hulu's Animaniacs for the 2020 year has been fantastic. I don't care what the critics say. It is something that I think a lot of people have been missing, which is just being plain goofy and just attacking everyone in sight, which I really appreciate.
I've seen a couple episodes so far of the 2020 reboot. I overall I do like it, but I'm kind of mixed on it because there's only the Warner siblings and Pinky and the Brain, which where are the other characters, man?
I mean, they took away the Minx because everyone thought that she was sexualizing women too much. Same thing with Hello Nurse.
That's understandable. I'm talking about like the Good Feathers and Rito and Runt and the other people, Chicken Boo. Like
this was like, huh?
Yeah, a Slappy. Yeah, Buttons.
I think it'll take time. This was the first season. I think they were doing this just to feel out how. Yeah, they're like they said,
contract.
We should see their new contracts. Yeah, exactly. And I think they're just taking their time. They're reintroducing the flavor of the show to an audience that's so politically corrected and so easily offended by like what jokes were back then. So they're trying to introduce that brand of comedy to a modern audience.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bring back those other characters, man. Because like watching every episode, you're like, oh, Warner siblings and Pinky in the Brain. Warner siblings, Pinky in the Brain. I like the randomness of the original show. We didn't really know what you're gonna get, and it was nice. But it is good though. I like it. I like the updated songs and stuff like that. You can tell the writers, really, we're paying homage. The one thing that's kind of strange is I don't get why they didn't bring back the original like creators and stuff like that. Like it was only Spielberg. It's only Spielberg and like
there was some disputes between one of the original writers and Steven Spielberg.
They should just kind of figure because there's something kind of missing with it too. It is good. When I compare the old episodes and new episodes, I'm like, it's still good, but I'm like, it's got something kind of missing,
Can I talk about something real quick?
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
No, I'm finding out. Have you guys heard of The Many Saints of Newark?
Yes, the Sopranos prequel. Yeah, that's coming to HBO Max as well.
I didn't know if you guys had heard about it or not, but that is also apparently coming to HBO Max.
Wait, Jack, did you watch The Sopranos?
I am halfway through season 1 of The Sopranos. But
my dad loves The Sopranos.
It's my top 2 shows ever, possibly one.
My life is The Sopranos. No, it's not. That's not true.
I'm very excited for that. Yes. But Jack, did you have any thoughts on Animaniacs?
It's funny. I love it, and it's something.
Did you watch the new episodes yet?
Not all of them. I have been a very busy boy, and I gotta make more time for stuff, dude. But it's hard. I'm trying hard to watch everything I want to watch.
No, it's all
but
good.
It is funny. Oh god.
Yes.
I was like, I was crying. What was the one thing I saw recently was damn it. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. I think it was when Yakko was talking about all the modern things they've missed since.
Yeah, the ketchup song.
Yeah, the
Yes.
ketchup song. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Like,
But yeah, no, I love the Animaniacs, and I love the jokes in this show so far, and I can't wait to. I want to finish season 1 before season 2 comes out. So
And Tiny Toons is coming back too, which I think is very underrated as well.
mhm.
I love Buster and Babs. They were my favorite.
Oh yeah, awesome. And I hopefully they bring all those characters back, and they don't as
They're
well.
not bringing back Elmira.
What?
Yeah, the voice actress doesn't want to do it.
Why?
Can't give a reason.
One other project I want to bring up real quick. I don't know if everyone here watches it. Pedro and I do. Big Mouth season 4
Yeah.
today.
I do watch
God.
Big Mouth, and I didn't even know it came out today. And
I didn't even watch season
thanks for
3
reminding
yet.
me.
Huh?
I didn't even watch season 3 yet. Damn it!
For the love of God, push everything else aside and catch up to everything we're talking about.
There's
I'm trying.
There's too much of an overload. Like,
But you know, we can talk about all the things Jack needs to catch up on, but there's one thing he did catch up on recently that we are all very proud of him for catching up on, and
Yes.
it's his new obsession, and that is Spider-Man. You are finally playing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's if you're wondering why. What are the things I haven't been doing? What are the reasons why I've been so busy? Is because I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man for PS4 Game of the Year edition that Juan graciously gifted me for Christmas. And wow, you want to know where I am right now in the game? I am halfway done with the DLC. I beat the game 100%. I gotta go through, do New Game Plus, 100% it on Unlimited Ultimate Spider-Man or whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, well, you still gotta finish the new game plus.
I'll tell you, Jack.
That's
right
what I was
now,
just saying.
Yeah, like I'll tell you right now, getting through the basics is going to be the most difficult thing on Ultimate. I'll tell you right now.
Well, you don't have to do it for the achievements wise, I should say, because achievements don't dictate that you need to 100%.
No, yeah, I know, but like just completing the map in general and taking down those bases, you still have to do.
Yeah. The bases are mandatory for story?
Yeah, because it's part of the map.
Huh. Well, regardless, having a ton of fun, loving the game. I really love this DLC. My only downside to it is you have to manually go into each new episode once you finish one of them. Like it doesn't just seamlessly flow through to the next thing, which I understand because they came out at different times. But wow, dude, this DLC story is good. The Black Cat, Hammerhead stuff,
Silver
getting to
Sable.
see Yuri, the police captain, kind of go AWOL and start mowing down dudes. I just did the mission where I guess it's spoiler-ish, but not really. But I just did the mission where she broke into the bar with no name and like just completely wiped out all the dudes in there. And I was like, whoa, this is scary. This is scary as shit. But honestly, like all the characters are really like all the characters are awesome. The person who plays Peter Parker is on point. I love this Peter Parker. It's really weird how Peter Parker in this game is our age currently. So it feels like I don't know, it feels even more relatable now
Yeah.
than how he used to be. And it's cool how they've pulled Miles into this universe and have incorporated him into the story, and it sucks how they decide to give him his hero background and stuff, and I don't want to spoil. Well, I guess I could spoil things, right? The
It's
game's
been 2 years.
Okay. I don't like how they
And
killed.
and there's a Miles game now, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like how they killed Miles' dad. I don't.
Really?
Like that. I thought it was too sad. I didn't want it to happen. This game made me cry. And watching Otto Octavius slowly turn crazy is probably the saddest I've ever felt about a game in a while. Just slowly listening to his voicemails he'd leave for Peter, and how you slowly see how he's starting to get more and more into the idea of like maybe having a human body is stupid. Maybe having tentacles is a cool idea. Maybe Osborn's an asshole. Or just kidding, he is an asshole. And then you find out all the things that happen between Otto and Martin Lee and Osborn, and you find out what happens with Harry, and you're like, oh my god, stop. I can't handle it. But that game was so much fun.
What do you think of the MJ missions, man? I know a lot of people aren't a fan of those.
Yo, I thought they were awesome. I thought, okay, I get why people don't want to play as the normal people, because you're playing Spider-Man to play as Spider-Man, and you want to fly around the city and you want to web dudes and beat them up and whatever. But some of my favorite parts were the Mary Jane and the Miles Morales parts, because it took you out. It was a way of
change of pace.
Yeah, and it showed different perspectives to this huge story, because these characters are still important to the overall narrative. It's not like you were just playing as Cop Y and you were just patrolling the streets and all. It wasn't like a Call of Duty kind of campaign where you're just playing a bunch of people like in an interlocking story, but they never interact with each other. You're playing as like these dudes. You're playing as like these characters who are all on the same team, and they all get to shine in their own ways. Like Miles, like the parts when you were playing as Miles, you were the most vulnerable because you could like barely do anything to like if you got caught, it was screwed. But Mary Jane, at least you got to that point where you could start taking out dudes, and she felt more like a spy. And then there's Spider-Man, where it's like top to bottom. I loved it. It's so much fun. I am very glad that you gifted me this game, and I understand why people loved this game when it first came out. And I would be lying if I didn't say that I put on the Sam Raimi Spider-Man costume for most of my playthrough, until I got the black and green stealth suit, because I think that costume slaps.
Yeah, and they actually updated the PS4 version of the game to have the Amazing Spider-Man suit, so you can have the Andrew Garfield suit as well.
Yes,
yeah,
I saw that too. I don't want that though.
It's a nice suit.
I like it actually.
Yeah, but that's not a nice Spider-Man.
You know what my favorite one is? The comic book one, the one that has like that incredible texture.
I got once I got that one, I equipped that, and then when I 100% of the game, I did the undies, and now I'm currently going through all the DLC in the undies one, and with its ability of like the one hit for everybody kind of thing. Let me tell you, that ability's sick, and it comes in so handy when you have to deal with a bunch of jetpacking shield dudes. God, those dudes are the worst.
No, the worst are the Gatling gun guys.
Yes, we were talking about this too, but those guys, the DLC characters, I wasn't sure what I was going to expect with the Spider-Man DLC characters. I wasn't expecting them to create like whole new people that you had to try and figure out like whole new ways of trying to take them out. Very, very refreshing, but also at the same time, what the fuck, Insomniac? These guys are so hard.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Man, this game is like, in my opinion, the definitive take on Spider-Man, like how the Batman Arkham games were, just like everything, like it encompasses all their history into one thing, and it's just so good.
I was talking to my brother about it. I told him the way that the Spider-Man 2 game felt in my mind when I first played it, that's what this game is.
Yeah.
Like the way I saw Spider-Man 2 when I was younger, swinging around, and I was like, oh my gosh, like you're Spider-Man, you're actually swinging and it feels like I'm Spider-Man. That feeling is what I feel playing this game, only now it's at its potential to look as good as I had felt it looked on the PS2.
Yeah.
Good.
That's what they were trying to recreate when they made this game. They drew a lot of the inspiration from Spider-Man 2 PS2
And
game.
and the Spider-Man game that came out for the PS1 and N64. That's a deep cut. If you guys remember that.
I do.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? My favorite whip, my favorite superpower, that the suit power that comes, is the one with the comic suit, which is like quips, where all he does is just crack jokes. Like it
That is
doesn't give you
true.
a superpower. It's just him throwing a joke to everyone he sees every now and then.
It does stun people.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. If you use it when someone's about to attack you, it pushes them back.
It does?
Yeah,
Let's just
Do
draw
it.
attention.
you got to
Yo.
use it in crowds. That's the best time to use it.
I'm just thinking, like, I cannot wait to see Insomniac's interpretation of Venom and Green Goblin. Those are gonna just blow our minds.
Oh yeah.
Jeez. I would love it
Oh
if they
my
did like a
God.
very traditional Venom. Like it's not like an alien. It's not like the crazy
Not like Tom
melty-
Hardy's.
Yeah, it's not like a melty, goopy kind of thing, which is a good design. I'm not saying it isn't, but like I would love to see just like it's just a slick black suited classic Venom symbol on like the chest, and he's like this big cartoonishly like muscular dude, and he's got like the classic what's his name, Todd McFarlane, like
Yeah.
huge smile. Oh,
Like a
man,
dark blue, like in the comics. as well.
yeah, like a navy black kind of look.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oof.
Oof. Oof.
Oof.
Which Venom would you rather have, with regards to like appearance? The Tom Hardy Venom, or the Topher Grace Venom?
I actually like both of those designs, actually. But like the Topher Grace design was actually kind of slick, but it was but it was Topher Grace, so that's kind of what ruined it, you know.
No, what ruined it was the fact that they had 3 or 4 other villains in that movie when they only
Hot
really
take,
needed
Spider-Man
one.
3 is actually pretty good.
Hot take, I agree with you, but at the same time, I can understand why people find it not good. It's because they have 3 or 4 villains. They try to balance like 2 hours with all of them.
Well, that's the thing with Insomniac. They can have both designs in the game. They can have the Raimi Venom, and they can have Tom Hardy's Venom.
I really hope this multiverse thing does happen in the movies.
Oh yeah.
I want to see Tobey Maguire in a Spider-Man suit again. And I want it to be like the Sam Raimi style. Like I want him to just take the suit that he has from in his days when he was with Sam Raimi and just throw that thing on and just walk through a portal and be
There's a
like,
popular fan theory going around is that the reason why we haven't seen like a picture of Tom Holland's Uncle Ben, because they say it's Tobey Maguire's Uncle Ben, and like imagine that, like, and like he sees Tobey Maguire and he's like, oh my God, in another universe Uncle Ben is Spider-Man.
what?
Like,
that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I would like that.
It is a cool
It's
take.
just a cool theory. I like it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of gives us some Uncle Ben closure in the MCU movies that we haven't really gotten yet.
Imagine if that happens, and like, man, I'm just I'm just wanting this multiverse movie to come out, man. I just want a bearded, grayed Spider-Man played by Tobey Maguire and a much more mature Andrew Garfield to show up and be like, dude, what are you doing? And then just kind of make fun of the Tom Holland Spider-Man for being so young.
Yeah,
I would love to see a ton of.
And I would love Meryl Streep as Madam Web.
Would that be great?
Ooh. Damn. Do you think I've seen articles online bring up this question. Do you guys think it's too soon for a multiverse Spider-Man movie?
No.
No, I think it's too late. I think we're overdue.
You know what? With the way that circumstances have come, like with the movies kind of having trilogies or semi-trilogies and then like falling down and going back and trading hands and stuff like that, it does kind of set up a perfect storm for a Spider-Man multiverse. Because like in a way it did it by accident.
That like gives me like, wow, that's insane.
Me, I'm just
I'm
kind
the
of thinking.
Electro.
I'm just
Sorry.
thinking with like Feige, how he's feeling like, oh no, we introduced the multiverse theory, and then he's getting all these fans online being, bring the Spider-Verse to life, give Donald Glover his Miles Morales debut, you bastards.
Well, he's actually the uncle of Miles Morales in the
I know,
universe.
but that's in this universe, but like in the multiverse,
Anything is possible.
exactly.
Yeah. It would be
I would just
sad.
roll. I would roll my eyes if that happened because the fan cast are just annoying for that during that time. I'm like, dude, he's like almost 40 years old, dude. Like, come on, he's not Miles anymore. Like,
He could be a mature Miles.
yeah, I don't know.
Mr. Miles.
Yeah. I just think the fan cast were annoying during that time. It's like, dude, this guy's in his 30s, man. Like, get over yourselves.
Yo, how about this? What if Donald Glover was Static Shock? I know it's not the same universe, but
I actually don't hate that, to be honest.
Me neither, but like Static is a teen.
Yeah.
No, but he grows up to still be some sort of Static Shock. I forget what he changes his name to. Unless it's Black Lightning and it's that TV show that's on the CW.
That's not how it works.
Is that is that a different character?
It's a
different character, yes.
Okay. That's me being ignorant then. But so that means DC has property over Static Shock and another lightning themed superhero of color.
Yeah.
So there's two.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just me realizing it now. Like I didn't realize. I gotta do more research into that then.
Guys, I think we reached the end of our podcast. We talked about a lot of things and went over a lot of things. It was a great conversation, but we're well over an hour now.
And I have to get to work.
Yeah, exactly. Jackie got to get to work, and yeah. But guys, thank you so much for coming. I love when it's a full house. We get our juices flowing, talk about a lot of things.
We miss having these full houses, man. Having full, well-rounded conversations.
Right. Yeah, we'll be back next week talking about Klaus and other crazy things that happen within today and next week. Yeah.
And also, I hope we get to do a Mandalorian recap soon.
Yes, we will. But the season's almost over. We'll just wait till the season ends.
Exactly.
Oh, I gotta watch an episode today.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week. Goodbye.
Later.
Yes.
Ciao.
You never see it coming. You'll be dinner and fence around. God,